I'm sat here looking at myself with this mullet on, and as cool as mullets are, I think I just look like a fat George Michael, don't I? Bruh. Or maybe Patrick Swayze, I don't know. Anyway, we're not doing it. This is the new mullet from Vanquish. And apparently this is a thing, straight axle at the front, portal axle at the rear. Some people call it the mullet, so Vanquish have produced the VRD Mullet, a 1/10 scale high performance competition chassis kit. I am liking the 80s vibe on the box as well. It does look really cool. Obviously we can get it out, build it and have a good look at it, but there's some details there. F10 axles, business in the front, party at the rear. There's some more specs there as well. This is my third Vanquish and my second kit. I had the VS410 Phoenix, I had the Optic, and now we've got the Mullet. The Optic was ready to run, the Phoenix was a kit, and I must say they are very nice to build. Vanquish in the crawler world, known as a very high quality product. Top tier, premium, whatever you want to call it. That 80s vibe on the instructions as well. Some low centre of gravity chassis rails. So this is a kit, it doesn't come with any electronics, doesn't come with wheels and tyres. Although when Vanquish asked me if I wanted one, I did sweet talk them, and I got them to send me some wheels and some tyres. So we got some battle-born wheels, they look really nice. They sent me like a bronze colour, which is a really nice colour. However, I'm gonna have to have a think about the body colour, because bronze wheels, need to make sure we get the right colour on there to complement these cool wheels. Anyway, from what I remember, the instructions are really clear and everything went together super easy. Everything's organised really well. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get it all organised and get it built. Do you get a set of stickers, although probably not gonna use that colour. Not sure it complements the wheels enough. What are we doing first? Front axle, bag A. Beautiful gears, very nice. I got this Reef's Raw 800 LP. LP stands for low profile. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the specs on there? It's a pretty decent servo. Generally in my crawlers, I do like a nice Reef servo. And I think a lot of other people do as well. Although if you've got OCD, look away now, because it's going to mount like that. And yeah, it's upside down. So front axle done, that is bag A. I've also nearly done bag B. Rear axle pretty much goes together exactly the same other than the portals, and there is nothing hard about that. Throw some grease down. Job done. Well, nearly job done. Right, bag C. Bag C is chassis and all the links. I think we'll time lapse this one. And there we go. That is the main chassis and links done. Front and rear axle done. And I'm done for the day. But next on the list is motor and gearbox. And I've got to decide what, I've got two motors somewhere, hang on. Actually, scrap that, I've got one motor. A Holmes Hobby Revolver, well, it's not a little outrunner, big outrunner. These are meant to be really good, so I think I'm gonna give it a go. Never had a Revolver before. I think it should work. It looks like small and underpowered, but these things pack quite a bit of torque. It's weird when I have a break of a couple of days and then come back, because in the video you obviously don't see me go off and do some other stuff, but It's another day. Gearbox next, and well, I'm hoping to finish it this morning. Bag D. D for don't forget to like this video. So this is the standard VFD transmission. They do a twin as well, a VFD twin, which has, from what I remember, adjustable overdrive, which is where the front wheels spin faster than the rear, or the rear wheels spin slower than the front. And it's also got dig, which locks out the rear wheels, means you can pull the front round. This one is just single speed, and it does have quite a nice overdrive. Really nice motor plate. From what I remember, as with all of this, it goes together beautiful. 13 tooth pinion, which we will keep. We're not going to change the gearing, we're going to keep it as is. Plastic spur gear, everything else is metal. There we go, gearbox in. I did have to rotate the motor because I'd put it in, well, essentially upside down. I wanted the cables coming out the top, so loads of space in there because I'm using an outrunner. No real issues putting it together. I did find a few of the lines and stuff like that, you really do have to look at them to kind of understand it. A lot of it's common sense how stuff goes together, but for me, I did find some of the lines pointing at stuff. I had a little bit of head scratching, but it all went together fine. On to shocks next. Now, shocks used to be something I didn't really enjoy doing, whereas I kind of enjoy it now, but I never used to like doing them. But these ones, I've already done 3 of them, so just doing the last one with you. And there is one very small thing that I'm not too sure on, but I'm doing them all the same. So as long as I do them all the same, hopefully it won't be an issue. But I will tell you about that once I've got this E-clip on, which, because we've got the camera rolling, I'm probably going to throw it across the room. Had no issues with the last 3. There we go. So the thing I'm not too sure about is the shock piston. I don't know how well you can see, but it's not flat like a lot of them. It's got a curved edge here, so I don't know whether it goes that way, like, I don't know, like a mushroom, or the other way. So it's like a, well, should call it a flower, so it's like going up like that, if you understand what I mean. It might not make any difference at all, and it doesn't really give you any indication in the instructions either. I mean, I'm looking at that thinking it's the flatter, like the more surface area at the top, so that way around, and it makes kind of sense if you think of that as a piston. Pistons are usually obviously flat on the top, so that's how I've done them all. Whether that makes any difference to how the shock performs, I don't know, but my theory is as long as I've done them all the same, we should be good. All the bottom bit there is all pre-assembled with the O-rings, and it's got a circlip in there. Doesn't tell you to do this, but you should put a little bit of oil really on the shaft. That makes it go through the O-rings a lot easier and sort of lubricates it as well in there. Put the shock end on, bosh that on there. Comes with oil. I don't know what weight oil it is, but I'll stick that in if that's what they've put in the kit. That's what we'll run. Get the air out. O-ring on the top cap. Catch your drips. And then push the shock all the way up. Bosh that in there. Spring. Bosh that on. Screw that in. Bosh. Done. All 4 done. So other than me not being able to follow lines on a picture, no issues to report, no missing parts to report, no things that I needed to modify. Everything went together as it should. I have left the cover off the front of the gearbox because I prefer it open like that, especially when you first start running it, just in case the pinion's not quite adjusted right or there's something not quite right. I prefer to run open. I'm only going to be running this in the dry anyway. With that outrunner motor, this thing's not going mud bogging anytime soon. So all I need to do now is get the wheels sorted. trim the body up, get it painted, get my ESC in, tidy this up, get the battery strap in there, and we're good to go. So everything in and working. So the V2 Crawlmaster doesn't have an internal BEC. Well, not enough to power a servo anyway. So we've got a Castle external BEC, just a basic like Dumbo radio, servo all up there. Now there is a slight issue with the steering. I'll show you that in a second. First, I want to show you how super smooth it is with this revolver. Check out how smooth it is. And because this has got FOC, that's full speed. It's 3S, I mean, that's 3-cell, not much wheel speed, but it's geared as a crawler, isn't it? And hopefully the tyres will settle. They are a little bit wobbly, but generally once you get going, they settle. They are locked in on the beads as they should, but it might just take a few rocks and stuff to get them settled in. Right, before I show you actually the FOC in action, if you're not familiar with overdrive, the front spins faster than the rear, or the rear spins slower than the front, and having the front wheels spinning faster, it helps with turning, and also when you're climbing, it kind of brings the front over like that, because the front wheels are spinning more, it kind of pulls the truck into the climb, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you'll see, if you watch these white bits, that one will be spinning, well, 20% faster than that one. You see, look, already. And then the faster I get, the more you'll see it, look. So that is overdrive. So that FOC, that really low down control, you literally just have to hold your finger in one position, not moving the throttle at all. Let's move this a bit closer. It will not slow down. It will keep going. Maybe need to get a bit of grip on it. Exactly the same speed as I'm holding it at. And it will do some magic in there. And it will keep them wheels rotating to crawl over whatever's in front of it. Not moving my finger at all. Clever stuff, isn't it? It's been out a while now, but it still impresses me how clever it is. So steering, if I turn it, if I go in that direction, we get full range of steering. In fact, it goes too far and it hits one of the links, so I need to adjust the end point on that. But going the other way, it stops. It stops there. I'm not sure if it's the fault of the servo or just the design. It might be because the servo horn on this servo sits, because it's a low profile one, sits a bit too far back. Because when I turn that way, the steering arm hits the bottom of the servo. Now, if I swap it round onto the front, it hits this steering arm. So I need to maybe do something about that, because we get loads more steering that way. You'll probably see it more this way, but if I go that way, we get a lot more steering than that way. I don't know. The body came out okay. Wasn't quite as good as I wanted it to look, but you're going to see it in a minute, because we're going to take this out and, well, give it a little run. I'm not sure how well the colour comes out, but we've got a nice metallic white, and then we've got a nice deep metallic purple. Doesn't look too bad. I contemplated going for a grey, but decided to go for a nice white in the end. Look at that slow control. Super smooth with that motor. Anyway, let's see how it gets on. I can't imagine that this is going to be too testing for it, but we shall see. See how well these tyres grip. These stones at the quarry don't have a great deal of traction. It's been raining for a few days as well, so probably not completely dry. This is where the overdrive's going to help. Oh, no problem at all. I managed to sort the steering out a little bit. I got a tiny bit more to go the other way, but I think we need to extend that servo horn out a little bit. But I'm sure it'll be fine here. If you were doing an actual competition, you might want to get it dialed in a bit more. I'm talking of competitions, I'm actually going to one, what is it, it's Monday today, I'm going to one on Saturday,
But the release of this is in 3 days, I think, that I've been told. So it's a shame really, because I could have taken it to the actual comp to give it a go on a proper course. But testing it here is good enough, especially with stuff like this. This little course here is built by, I think it's one of you guys watching. I don't want to make assumptions that you watch all my videos, but I've definitely seen you comment on some before. So thank you. Thank you for building this. Oh, are we going to get up here? I'd like to think it would if we can get traction. Oh man. It's amazing the difference when you've got like a dedicated sort of comp style, low centre of gravity truck compared to just like a scale crawler. Because like a normal scale crawler would not have got anywhere near getting up there, I don't think. I might be wrong, but... Nice. Let's try this angle. Get the front wheel on there. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. Yes. I can tell straight away this is going to be very capable. Wow.